It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again for another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Live. Appreciate y'all for pulling up with us on March 3rd, Thursday, 2022. How you guys feeling today, man? Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the support, man. Got a live show for you today as we got the man, the myth, the legend, the man formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan Don entering the building.
Yo, what's good?
Hey, man, it's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yeah, I'm saying the Windy City Breeze in the building, my man. How y'all feeling out there, man? Like I said, got a jam-packed show for you guys today. Got a lot to get into. Got an announcement. If you guys don't follow on Twitter, you'll be hearing the announcement here first. So shout out to y'all for showing that love. And then we're gonna be talking Bulls today. Where is your confidence level in the Chicago Bulls moving forward? By the way, you got to beat those top teams to be. Gotta beat those top teams.
You said it was a foul.
Gotta beat those top teams. Y'all still blew a 20-point lead. You still blew a 20-point lead.
You said it was a foul. He fouled him.
Also, breaking down the fact that Mitch Trebiski's name is in the news again. Good Lord, he will not go away because he is the top free agent quarterback coming out right now. And it's rumored that he could be on the Colts. Talk about your drop-offs. We'll break that down. And then, of course, getting back into some basketball. Can the 76ers keep this pace up? These mugs are just dubbing mugs. But granted, it's been the Knicks twice. You know what I mean? Like, all right. And then Kevin Durant is back tonight versus you got to beat those top teams, man. Got to beat those top teams versus the Miami Heat.
We about to give flags.
What is your expectations for Durant coming back? We'll break down all that and more. Y'all know some craziness is going to ensue, man. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing so much love, man. Let's get into the show. Let me take a sip of this coffee right here. This is the thing, right? I actually like coffee. This is a pleasure cup of coffee. This has nothing to do with me being up, needing to be awake. This is a pleasure cup of coffee. The pleasure cup of coffee, wow. That's a different level of coffee, dog. The pleasure cup of coffee, different level of coffee, dog. Listen, so big announcement. Wasn't expecting to be making this announcement today, but apparently the cat got out the bag, so the news hit Twitter. Your boy, Hayes, has taken over as the host of the Locked On Bulls podcast. Big congratulations over to Chicago Bulls Central. He's done some great things with that channel. His growth has been tremendous in gotta be 7 months. He's hit 5K in like 7 months. Tremendous. And we had Hayes on the show breaking it down. And I always say everything is, you do it for the love, you do it, you show your support. In Chicago, we try to put down. We try to break down the people that are in the same space as us. And I don't believe in that. I believe in positive energy begets positive energy. You show love, you get love reciprocated. So we had Hayes on the show trying to grow each other's platforms. And because of that, Hayes reciprocated love. So your boy is going to be the co-host of the Locked On Bulls podcast with Hayes. It's going to be fun, dog.
Yes,
we get started on Monday. You're going to have me and Hayes together Monday through Friday in your ears, on your YouTube screens for even more content. And man, fam, I wasn't expecting him to even reach out with it. Didn't even know anything was happening until like all of a sudden you just saw these cryptic tweets with like Matt and Hayes and Big Dave. And I'm like, yo, whoa, what's going on? Like, what the heck is happening in the universe in Chicago, dog? So
what's circulating in the Twitter space?
You know what I'm saying? What's going on in these Twitter realms? So, he dropped that in a tweet today. And so your boy is going to be the co-host with Hayes of the Locked On Bulls podcast. We want to keep growing that platform. We want all you guys here to come over there, man, and show us that love. Keep growing. Yes, we will still be doing the Windy City Breeze. He will also still be doing Chicago Bulls Central. Nothing is gonna change with what we've done. But you know what I'm saying? Like, when you show love in our community, a lot of times it's not reciprocated. The fact that Hayes took the time out to show the love back, the fact that Hayes even thought of me, and even talking about what even talking about like just building platforms together,
Right.
and growing platforms together in our own community, man. I think that that's very important for Chicago. And so, like I said, just giving opportunities, getting opportunities. Big Dave said my name was on the list to even be as host of it. I'm honored to even be on the list. But yeah, man. So y'all tune in next Monday. Your boy's gonna be joining the Locked On family as well. I'll continue doing this. We still gonna be doing Bulls live calls. We still gonna be doing everything that we do over here, dog. I'm gonna still be dropping. I'm gonna start dropping short content again. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. The short content hits so much harder sometimes. And I feel like I got a little bit far away. Y'all like the short content better? Like, I feel like y'all like the long content as well, but I feel like YouTube rocks with the short content better. So we gonna get back to dropping a lot of that short content as well, the shorter videos. So, man, it's gonna be fun, dog. It's gonna be fun.
That's big up. That's big ups to you, bro. I couldn't think of a better person. Bro, I looked at it. I'm like, bro, why this man name keep coming out? What's going on?
It had to be so hush hush, dog. It had to be so hush hush.
But honestly, that just go back to the fact what you was talking about. You know, when we first started building this,
yeah,
and this whole thing, just building a community, and coming out and doing this. So I mean, hey, bro, hey, this you right here. This you right here.
Bro, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate everybody in the chat that shows love as well. I appreciate everybody on the channel that shows love, man.
We got you, bro. Bro, that's what we have for you. Lean on us, we lean on you.
It really is a family in here, bro. We really got a family. Like,
bro.
It's crazy. Like, we've built, like, I know Muggs. I be telling my wife about Muggs. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yo, Shay called in this afternoon. He hit us with the bing bong on the post game. Like, we was cracking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really you guys really have shown support to us and built this family out. And so we're not going to stop building this ever. The Windy City Breeze Wall. And we got so much dope stuff coming for y'all, man. But we're just trying to build this thing to a different level. And so we appreciate y'all for coming with us, man. And showing that love. Let's get into some talk, man, because we got
listen, let's go. Let's do it.
As I'm talking about the Bulls, Locked On Bulls podcast. Chicago Guard said, I thought y'all was jumping ship. Nah, dog. Come on. Now. Come on. Now. As we're talking about the Locked On Bulls podcast, we got some stuff to break down with these Bulls, man. In the chat, Ringo, especially seeing what you saw last night with those Miami Heat, you know what I'm saying? It's just
a little
tough for you.
It was a foul. You said it was a foul.
They blew a 20-point lead, man. It was a 20-point lead on that. 20-point lead.
17. Right.
17. Hey, Ringo was hurt last night, dog. He was ready to fight.
He was ready
to fight.
I was really,
you know what it was? Because he lost. While they lost while he was on the game with us. So we all sitting there chopping it up and all that, just breaking that down. Miami got bucked last night. That's hilarious. Let me put that on the screen.
Right,
there we go. I like that one.
All right.
Where's your confidence level with the Bulls moving forward, especially coming down this tough stretch? It's not an easy schedule. Listen, I came in with high confidence because the Bulls had led me to believe that I could be highly confident. Shout out to Torrin as well, man. Where's your confidence level with the Bulls going down the rest of this season?
My confidence level with the Bulls, honestly, as it stands right now, I'll put them at like a 70%.
That's not bad.
I'll put them at a 70%. Nah, it's not bad because
That's not bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like the team is still there. Obviously, they're one of the highest scoring teams in the league right now. But I mean, the issue is just the issue is just 1-2 in defense for me, and I feel like that can be fixed. You get like obviously they got pieces coming back, but I mean, like I said, and I'm gonna keep saying they got to bring it for the full 48. Like that's the only issue.
Yeah,
that's the only issue to me. You outside of Billy, but that's it. But no, it's pretty. I give them a 70 because I feel like that they can beat some of the teams on the schedule. Now, the one thing that I did like that Billy said is this team has not been together long and they have not been battle tested. So the rest of the schedule, March, even
battle testing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even closing out April, we definitely gonna see what this team is about. But
yeah,
no, I got high confidence in them, man.
I feel like like when we look at the Bulls, we don't. There's a lot of things that we say that's an excuse. There's no excuse for you losing a game this way. There's no excuse for you getting beat by this team like that. There's no excuse for you. And I feel like that is almost a disrespect to what this franchise has done in a year. Right?
Right.
Like you said, they're not as battle tested as we'd like. And guys, listen, the playoffs, I talk about this all the time. Playoff experience matters. And a lot of your best players don't have it. Has Lonzo been in a playoff series? I don't think Lonzo's ever been in a playoff series.
I believe the only couple pieces been you got Caruso, Tristan, and DeMar.
And Vooch has been in the first round and got washed.
Yeah, twice.
Embiid washed them. Now I will say this: Vooch was fighting.
But, Vooch was getting busy.
And so, like, to me, I look at this as an opportunity for this team.
Oh yeah, the Cavs don't either. That's a good point.
Well, what I'm saying is I look at this as an opportunity for this team to build that experience of
how to beat Derek Jones. My fault.
Because let's be real, right? What's the talk right now? The talk is we can't beat the high teams. We can't beat the best of the best. We can't beat the top 3 seeds in the East and the West, right? That's really what Bulls fans are upset about. And looking back at it in the moment, I'm mad upset as well. I hate that we got the doors blown off us by Miami. I hate that, we're going through the struggles we're going through versus these top teams in the East and in the West. But is there something to be said to the fact that, yeah, we probably should expect this, seeing as how last year we couldn't do it as well?
I wasn't doing it.
Seeing as how the last 5 years we were struggling against those top 3 teams and the rest of the NBA.
Right. I just sent you that. I don't know if you want to put that on the screen or not, but
yeah, I can throw it up there.
But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I mean, I feel like if nothing else, the Bulls will be able to grow from this experience because Billy was absolutely right about what he said. Like, yo, the Bulls aren't battle tested. I mean, you look at the Grizzlies. Yeah. Look at the Grizzlies, for example. They was in a play-in, and then what? They beat Utah 2 games in the playoffs. But then you heard what Josh said. You heard what Desmond Bain said.
Yeah,
Like,
even
hey,
that, I
D-Rock.
didn't even. You know what? I didn't even think about that because Memphis is the team a lot of people compare us to. I didn't even think about that with Memphis. They were in the playoffs last year, weren't they?
Yeah, they was in the play-in. Won the play-in game. After that, they played Utah first round. They lost 4-2. But you heard Ja and Desmond Bain say, "Yo, we got the experience.
Yeah.
Like now we know what to expect. We're not gonna be caught off guard. And look, they got key guys out too. Dylan Brooks is a
Dylan
clamp
Brooks is key for them.
Dylan Brooks is a clamp defensively. So I mean, if you just add him along, so I mean, I'm saying like you gotta look. I mean, it's not just the boys that's in the boat. I mean, there's a lot of teams that's in the same boat, but
Miami Heat.
I got faith in. Hey, we battle tested. I'm not really tripping. I'm just
Miami. Hey, listen, that battle didn't keep you up 17 last night. That's all I'm saying.
I will say the Bucks. I did tell Pat this last night. He was absolutely right. The Bucks losing PJ. It is the reason why the Bucks are struggling right now. Kind of like the record don't show it, but yeah, they kind of losing PJ hurt them. But back to the Bulls, like they just gonna have to get in there and do what they do. But at the same time, I got faith in I got faith in DeMar. You know how I feel about Zach. I've been waiting on Zach to get to the playoffs to show what he can do. Just like what Devin Booker did last year.
Yeah.
So it's just like you just gotta wait on it. You just gotta wait on it. And this stuff is gonna happen, but these are the growing pains of building a good team. Nobody's going just off rip like that.
And here's the thing, right? It's are you proud of your team for doing what they've done? Or are you going to hold them to a championship or bust standard? That's the question that comes in, right? Like, I'm proud of, now listen, I feel like Eastern Conference Finals is not out of the realm of possibility for the Chicago Bulls
I want my chip with the
because to me that's the bar that Acme has set. Right? Like it's not just me saying, hey, the Bulls should be in the Eastern Conference Finals. Like that's legitimately the bar that Acme set for where this team will go.
And Corey, I appreciate
he's built this team for that, right?
Right.
So now the question is it championship or bust, and that's all you expect from the Bulls? Or is there a line for you? What's the line in the sand for you as a Bulls fan? Like, to me, well, not for you as a Bulls fan, but for Bulls fans out in the world, you know what I mean? Like, to me, like if they make the Eastern Conference Finals, or if they go 7 in the second round,
that's a dub to me.
I'm not here for the moral victories, but I feel like, okay, now this team has experience. There's trouble coming.
That's a dub to me.
Yeah.
Because now, like, I told you this before the season started. When they put the squad together, we was in the car. What did I say? I said 54 wins.
No, you called 50-something wins early.
I said 54. I wasn't playing.
I was like 50.
I said 54 ECL, but not like
I thought we would be about where we are now.
Yeah. And this is the thing that y'all got to take into account too, because I think Muggs lose sight of this. Y'all are tripping. And AK turned the roster around in a year and a half.
Bro, Muggs
and we thought it was going to be 2.5 minimum.
Muggs be talking about what the Bulls did, like we've been winning for the last 10 years straight.
And like that's all I'm saying. And the thing is too, when he drafted Pete Will, I told you tonight at the draft show, I'm like, the first pick he make is going to determine what this team is going to be about. Yeah. And it's been about defense. Muggs was hollering at, Jimmy Grant this, we need this, we need this. Bro, he just saying all y'all gotta do is get the pieces back. But in the meantime, y'all at least gotta give me some type of effort. Yeah. But we gonna be good. Just relax. Just relax. Like you actually, like, Muggs is not out here tripping off the 1 seed. Like this. Yeah. Like this screenshot, dog. I mean, it matters, but y'all tripping over the 0-7 games that we see on the TV.
Chicago guys will say, "Who is we, Ringo?"
No. I'm just talking about. Hey, y'all know what I said. Y'all not going. See, the thing is, y'all not gonna play back them clips when I be right.
Hey, Ringo. Oh, I'll put the clip up. You know, I don't care. Hey, listen, no, I give you credit when you're right. Hey, I give you credit. We say, hey, listen, you were the first person to say 50.
Hey, I was the first person to say 50.
You the first person to say 50. I absolutely wasn't no 50. I said the Bulls probably a 45-win team.
Hey.
So I look, I give you your credit.
Hey, look, I'm just saying, don't get it bent, bro.
Yeah, I give you your credit. I give you your credit. I think the interesting thing with this team, right? When you look at this here, 2-9 versus top 6 teams in the Eastern Conference, 4-6 versus top 6 teams in the Western Conference, which is actually better, which is interesting. 0-11 versus teams with a .615 win percentage or higher. Here's the thing that I look at when I see this. Like we've been talking about, Bulls aren't battle tested. Bulls are struggling versus those teams. Bulls have to do better versus those teams in the future for them to win a championship. But right now, what I see is a team that continuously gets punched in the mouth, but also those wins, you had those key pieces that we're talking about you not having. And I know that a lot of people say that's an excuse, but it just is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like we can say that's an excuse. They should play better than that. They should be better than that. Okay, it's an excuse. What would you like me to say about it? That when he's in there, he literally when Alex Caruso and Lonzo are in there, the team is better. Like that can be an excuse, but it can also be a fact.
Right.
When we and here's the other thing I don't like about this stat too, right? It doesn't take into account how the East has moved around.
Hey,
doesn't take into account the fact that
like pizzas on the chessboard.
It doesn't take into account the fact that Brooklyn was top 2 and now they're 8, so now they don't count against our record. Like, get out of here with these ESPN finagled stats. Bulls have been terrible versus top teams in the East. Well, we beat them, but now they're at the bottom of the East because of injuries. I look at, right, there's a lot of things to me that the Bulls need to improve upon. And I absolutely believe that it's true. And it's a lot of things Billy Donovan said. It's a lot of the things Billy Donovan said, right? It is, hey, we have to play better defense when these guys are out. That's a fact.
Right.
It is, hey, we have to have better ball movement when these guys are out. That's a fact. That we can see that. Hey, not for nothing, but maybe cover the corner 3 that's been killing us all season, even with Alex Caruso and them in there. Now it was better, but even with Alex Caruso in there, that corner 3 would be wide open.
Right.
But there is something to be said about, like, I feel like we use the term excuse and say that that's no reason that they should be losing when it's a major reason why they're losing. And we say, hey, that's an excuse. It's a major reason why they're losing, though. And we have to put in where we are in perspective on this timeline. They haven't been battle tested. They're getting battle tested. They're fighting through these teams. But let's be real. Guess who shows up in those games? DeMar shows up. You've seen Tristan show up the couple games. He's been out the last game. He was getting cooked too.
Oh no, yeah,
he was getting cooked down. He was trying to be tough, but it wasn't working. You've seen those guys who've been in these moments before show up. Vooch showing up. Now, was it great? Granted, he only played 25 minutes. Was it great? No, but I think that goes back into here's the olive branch I'll hand the Vooch haters in the chat. I know y'all here. Welcome. Here's the olive branch that I'll hand you. There's something to be said about how the game plan changes when Vooch is going up against a bigger center. And I had to go back and look. I went back and I rewatched the Miami game. I went back and I rewatched the Memphis game. We don't put Vooch in a position to be successful. And to me, this is a slight on Billy Donovan. We don't put him in a position to be successful offensively on the other end because when he plays against those bigger centers, we take him out the paint. Vooch y'all can say all you want about how bad Vooch is or how he's not. Vooch averaged 21 points a game in February and shot at 76% when he was at the bucket. Now, you can't tell me in the entire month of February we didn't play a single center.
Right.
76%.
The one thing I will say too is like I mean, and you absolutely right because I've been noticing it. Because you know, I watched a couple games back too, and it's like a lot of times like Billy will like Vooch will have a good game. I mean, even in the game against Miami, like when he was in the hole against Bam,
yeah,
like you know he still got his Bam had his own, but he still got his buckets. It was the ones where he was, all right, well, I'm just gonna go shoot this J. All right, and then the whole entire time I'm sitting there like, bro, like, all right, I'll live with that. Like, but every time he was down in the post, he was getting a bucket. So it's like, why do you constantly move him when there's no need to? Like, it's no need to do that. I don't know if it's because you know, he needs more room for DeMar to, you know, kind of do his thing. I don't know what's going on, but that's kind of been a thing all season, though. To be honest,
I think you're trying to do that because to me, you want to keep Bam out of the paint or those bigger centers out of the paint to open things up for DeMar and open things up for Zach driving to the bucket. I understand the logic behind it. The thing with me is it consistently doesn't work.
Yeah, because
you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, hey, if Vooch is at the 3-point line and he's playing the pick and pop, Bam has to guard him, or Steven Adams has to guard him up there, which means the paint is open for your big man without a big man in there where DeMar and Zach can drive, where Javonte can come get put back. I understand why they're doing it. But the fact that it consistently isn't working, to me, and I get you want to get DeMar his shots, you want to get Zach his shots, but those guys are shot creators. To me, Vooch is the guy that you have to get going, and he's the key to this Bulls team beating these better teams. You get him going in the post. You get him attacking in the post. Now, the flip side of that is you got to play defense on the other end. Because if you're not playing defense on the other end, guess what? You're still going to get cooked. And now the problem comes in, hey, Bam can run the floor really well. Vooch's a little slow. Vooch runs the floor well, but he's a little slower. So if Vooch does a little turnaround, Bam tips it out, Bam, Jimmy Butler has it, Bam takes off, Vooch can't get back.
Right.
So now who's guarding the paint on the other side?
Nah, you're absolutely right. And the other thing about it is, too, you know, when I was looking at, like, at the end of the first quarter, I'm like, yo, like Bam was switching on everybody.
Yeah.
Like Bam could actually guard to perimeter, so that's another reason why I was like, yo, just keep Vooch in the paint because it's not making sense. Like it's not making sense for him to do for him to be out here because then even when they was like trying to, even when Miami was guarding the pick and roll, it was legit like, all right, we gonna send Bam kind of up. But if he, because the double's already there, but if he tries to like throw the ball in the post for Vooch, it's either gonna be a tip or Vooch is going to get the ball. As soon as he put that mug on the floor, Jimmy or PJ is coming with this trip, and that happened every time instead of him just keeping him in the post or around the bucket in the first place. Because now he's kind of working backwards if you do that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I
agree. Bulls taking on the Atlanta Hawks tonight, man. So they got some injuries. First off, Trae Young versus Ayo Dosunmu has not been pretty, but he's a game time decision, and John Collins already ruled as out. I think we played John Collins once this year,
bro.
I don't think he's been there much. So tune in with that. We will be live for the live call as well. I have a meeting late. Making moves, doing things like that. I have a meeting late, so you will be held down by the stylings of Petty Casanova on play-by-play and Ringo on the color commentary. Keeping it smooth jazz in the evening. That's how. Hey, I swear, that's my favorite part about when y'all do the live calls without me.
Oh, because I don't know if he's doing play, but
it's just so smooth. It's just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got these cruise tickets. Here's Caruso at the bucket lay. There we go right there.
I don't know if you want me to call it. I don't know what's good. Like
I probably let kid call it because this is the thing, right? When y'all both calling it, y'all both be calling it. And I be like, God damn.
Right.
So let kid call it, chime in. And this is the thing. Do exactly like y'all did. The last time y'all killed that mess where y'all would you would chime in and you would make your point, and as you making your point, somebody come down and make a lay, and you like, yeah, because this is the problem with Caruso being out, and as P. Will comes down for the lane dunk, P. Will wasn't there, but still, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But nah, man, y'all gonna have Ringo. We are gonna have a post game show. I'm going to be in on that. Just got a meeting that's gonna go a little bit late, so I might be on for the live call at the end. We'll see. But I'll let you guys know if you see me pop in, you know I'm there. That's the thing.
Right.
So appreciate y'all for showing love on that. Let's keep it pushing, man, because in the football world, you know what? No, let's keep it basketball for a sec. We'll do the football last. We're watching the 76ers do something that, if we're being honest, is pretty ridiculous to see. We've never seen two people in their first game both score 25 plus points a game. Harden bringing a ton of assists, a ton of ball movement. It seems like the flow with him and Embiid is working perfectly continuously.
Right.
So the question I have for the chat, the question I have for you, can Philly keep this up? And what is the key to them keeping this up? Right now, sitting at third in the East.
To be honest, I mean, it's cool. It's cool for the regular season. I think it all depends. I was looking at a little bit of the game. When the Heat went on halftime yesterday, I think their problem is the fact that, and this is where I feel like teams can clip them, right? Yeah. You got James, you got Joel. I feel like the problem for them is that, okay, let's say that they're playing the Bulls. Matisse Thybulle is like the Bulls version of P. Will, but he's shooter, but it's not great. So it's like technically, I could live with that if he's shooting that because he really don't have a mid-range game, and they're starting Maxey. So my issue is if you start Maxey, what is Shake Milton giving me off of the bench consistently? Whereas like I can do that. I feel like they gotta kind of short that up, and you don't know what DeAndre's gonna give you. But I feel like they can get clipped in that aspect. I'm not really taking these 3 games that they played into account, bro. Because you played the Wolves, and then you played twice against the Knicks, and then we're not gonna act like hey, they was up 20. The Knicks was up 20 on the Sixers, so we're not just gonna act like that didn't happen. So
here's the interesting part to me, right? Like that's funny. Chicago guys said they're probably gonna blow another 3-1 lead.
Hey.
That's pretty good. Here's the interesting part to me, right? Your key piece isn't Joel Embiid and James Harden. Your key piece is the piece that I expected to struggle with what we've seen be a complete role change for him. And that's Maxey. In these last 3 games, Maxey has been balling. And he, to me, is the piece that makes that team even more dangerous, makes that team able to go up against the Bulls, the Nets, the Heat. Because if Maxey's giving you that continued production that he's been giving you, you've got 3 guys that are scoring 25 plus. And Maxey's getting in on the defensive end. And Embiid can play defense. And Tobias Harris is still there chipping in what he's able to do. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that makes that team even more dangerous. Maxey, last night, 25, 4, and 3 on 7 of 12 shooting, 4 for 6. Since James Harden has been there, he has not had a game under 20 points. Minnesota, first game, 28, 2 and 2, 12 of 16 shooting, 2 for 3 from the three-point line. First game versus the Knicks, 21, 7 and 3, 8 for 14. Absolutely. Third game versus the Knicks, 25, 4 and 3, like I just said. Before that, here's the up and down of Maxey. 19, 11, 16, 24, 14, 16, 18. That's their key. That's their key to me. If you can keep him going, if you can get him to the point where he's consistently giving you that 25 points a game and you're getting what you need from everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Tobias Harris is the guy that's taking the back seat here, basically.
And that I want to get into, because my problem with that is this. Now you make him a fourth option.
Yeah.
So now he's just basically out there playing defense with Thibault.
Essentially.
And it's just, you really don't have. So now you got a mix and match coming off the bench.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know how that's going to look for them, because it's like you said, the amount of minutes, because I got to check and see. What was the amount of minutes that they played last night? James and
James and Joel?
Yeah.
Last night, James Harden played 26 minutes. Joel Embiid played. Oh no, my bad. Reading the points. Last night, James Harden played 35 minutes. Joel Embiid played 34. Maxey played 35. Thibault and Harris played 29 and 24.
So your best 3 scorers all playing 35 plus minutes. I don't know.
But you know what? In the playoffs, that's normal though. Yeah, I mean, like in the playoffs, I expect that. Here, the problem to me is that who's your next big guy? Niang?
And that's another issue.
That's 19 minutes to give you minimal production.
We all know that in the playoffs, rotations get shortened.
Yeah.
So it's just like you playing these amount of minutes. And yeah, it's cool right now. But it's just like
about the fall off of Willie Cauley-Stein, by the way.
The way
played a solid minute last night.
How many minutes you play? 1.
Yeah. 1. I played 1 more than me.
Hey man,
I was 1 minute away from being on that court.
And proceeded to get his 500,000. That's crazy. That's wild.
Get your money, brother.
That's wild.
Get your money, brother.
Do you, bro?
I'm not mad at you.
Nah, but yeah, like I said, man, they need. I don't know if it's just because of the way that he got the roster constricted or something like that, but I don't know, because I feel like you got to move Maxey to the bench, because now you were relying on Danny Green and Furkan Korkmaz.
Hey, listen, Fork and Cork Miles be cooking us. That's all
Hey,
I.
hey, he do be cooking. He do be
That man
cooking.
be getting
But
buckets with
I
us.
don't know. I think he got to
He's
Doc
also
got to
just got
adjust
a
the
great
lineup.
name. It's just like his name is great to say. It's like Fork and Cork Miles. In the corner for 3, Fork and Cork Miles. No, I agree with you. I think that I told you the energy that Joel Embiid is having to expel to play in these games is quite a bit.
You think it's
And
gonna
he's
catch up to him?
tired. You said what?
You think it's gonna catch up to him?
I think it could. Here's see, this is the thing, right? It's not like he hasn't played these minutes, but there were the games where he didn't have to. So before that, Milwaukee 37 minutes, Boston 26 minutes, Cleveland 32 minutes, OKC 34. Pretty much 32 30 was what he was playing. Even a lot of games in the 20s. That makes a difference. Those extra 5-6 minutes a game make a difference when you get down to the final stretch. So it's going to be interesting to see. Like, I know we're like, man, it's 6 extra minutes. Like, he's young. He should be able to do it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
He
he's
should.
young with knee and back problems.
But that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot when you, especially when it wasn't. Here's the thing that Muggs, you can't quantify in what's happening on the stat sheet, right? Andre Drummond being on the floor in real time was like 15 solid minutes straight. It wasn't like 15 minutes off of the clock, but it was like 15 minutes straight. You would see Andre Drummond on the floor. Like Joel Embiid was getting rested.
He was chilling. He was calling the wife.
Yeah. When we were losing to them, when we were losing to them in the last game, I was like, did Embiid get hurt?
Bro, because he legit said, I remember that because I think he said like,
bro, he sat like 20 minutes.
It was like that man didn't come back till like 3:30 in the second quarter.
Bro, he legitimately sat like 20 minutes, dog. And I was like, fam, did Embiid get hurt? Like, what's happening here? Like, where is he? And then he just came back in the game like nothing happened. Like, losing that ability is going to be big to me. I think that could be a detriment to Philly. And we've seen it in these games with New York. By the end of the, not last night, but the game before last, where he was out there trying to get the job done versus New York, he was gassed. He was dead. He wasn't even, he got the ball in the post, immediately threw it back out to Harden. Now, having Harden there makes that difference, but I think that can make a difference for you down the stretch as well. And so I want to see how that's gonna affect his game and how that gets him into a what kind of position that puts him in, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Where does that put Philly at the end? That's why Maxey's so important to me. That's why you have to have Maxey in the starting lineup. Because it gives Joel Embiid somewhere else to go with the ball where he can take a break while being on the court. Because apparently Willie Cauley-Stein ain't getting no love. And Niang is a dude. I'm a dude. You're a dude. He's a dude. We're all dudes.
Hey. But nah, man, that like, man, I see the thing is, I don't know. I mean, but the whole time I'm thinking like, yeah, this is nice. We got 19 more games of this.
Yeah.
But Daryl Morey better hope it was worth it, because hey dog, I mean, hey, if you got Maxey starting, well, I mean, that bench,
it's gonna be different, dog. It's gonna be different. Like it's going to be interesting to see how it affects them in the playoffs. It's going to be interesting to see and how they match up in the East. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. We haven't seen them versus a real team yet. Question on the table: can they keep this up? What's going to happen with them defensively when Embiid's tired? When Maxey's tired? Like this part of the season is not the marathon part. You are in the final sprint.
No, this is the play. If you talk to any actual NBA player, they'll tell you this is officially where the playoffs start.
This is what we play for.
This is where the playoffs start, bro.
Like this is a sprint at this point in the season. This is hey, we have to find a way to get this team together and get it on track. And by the way, yeah, this is a heck of a start. But again, you've seen it versus the Knicks twice and the Timberwolves. But fam, the Timberwolves are such a weird team. Like every time I look at them, I'm like, they should be good. But no one plays any defense on this team. Like even Anthony Edwards is just out there kind of like letting it happen. It's very weird.
Nah, like I mean they good, but I don't know. They need like a because D'Angelo Russell, even when they played the Bulls, he was just like I was getting past him. He was just like,
fam, I would be real with you. When they played the Bulls, I forgot D'Lo was on the court.
That was yours, bro. That was yours. I mean, and they got a good. It's a solid big three, but them mugs definitely don't play no defense.
Bro, I like I said, when they played against,
and they definitely should.
I forgot D'Lo was on the court, bro.
But I feel like out of all three of them, though, he's like the weakest link. Like when he on, ice in the veins, all that, cool,
yeah,
cool. He there. But it's like when he not on, he forgets how to play completely. Like, that's how you play. Like you talk about Troy Brown Jr. being in defensive stance. He not in a defensive stance at all.
Hey, you know what? I'd rather see you not in a defensive stance and get cooked than be in a defensive stance and get cooked. Yeah. Troy Brown be killing me, dog. Troy Brown be, here we go. All right, arms out, back it up, back there he goes.
Whose Troy man Brown is that?
Killing me. Whose man was that? Yours, dog. That's one of the most wild things I do with Troy, dog. I be looking at Troy, I be like, my God, dog. He be just backing up. He be proper defensive stance, get the body into him, you know what I'm saying? Try to direct which way he go, but then he just let him go that way. It's like, that's not how defense works. Like, I get you sending him somewhere, but you're supposed to stay with him a little bit.
Can you at least try? I'm begging you.
Hey, that man be cracking me up. I swear, anytime I see him get into a defensive stance, I'm just like, he about to get cooked. Where do you think they stand at the moment in the East? Right now, they're sitting third in the East, but where do you think they stand versus top teams in the East? What do you think that Philly's chance at a championship is?
I think. I mean, it just all depends on James Harden and the health of Joel Embiid. Because I mean, we talked about two big things, and you brought it up. Like we don't know. Well, the thing is, the DeAndre Jordan thing not even finalized, so I don't know what's going on with that. That's way
dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. DeAndre don't move the needle at all for me on any team he go to. Like DeAndre wasn't good the last time we seen
that chilling.
The DeAndre wasn't good the last time we seen him start. And it's like, dog, all you got to do is be big. DeAndre do he seem a little bit out of shape too?
Yeah, to me, because if his knee,
he used to be cut.
If his knees ain't there, nah, he done. But to me, it's like Joel's playing the maximum minutes. You got Max in there for me. You don't know what James is gonna do come playoff time because now it's a half-court game, and then not to mention, you turn around. I just looked at the last three games. Shake Milton played 19 minutes. He had one game where he played 19 minutes, 2 points. Yeah. Another game where he played 13 minutes, 4 points. Then the game he just played right here was 19 minutes, 6 points. Yeah. It's like what's coming off your bench, bro? I mean, but this is what you get when you said you wanted James. You delivered them, James. I don't know. I honestly don't believe they got much of a chance. I think Miami can clip them. I think the Bulls can clip them. Milwaukee, when they get their guards back, they can clip them. I mean, it's not. This team really don't move the needle to me. Like it's a fun team, But it's just like, all right, what is we really doing? Because I really don't care.
Yeah.
Because James has to win a chip. This is James' last opportunity. So it's like I'm really not trying to talk about nothing in the regular season.
It's that's true, right? That like, what round do you see them getting to?
Second round. Second round.
Even if, what are we talking about right now? I mean, at 3-6, if Brooklyn gets up to 6, we could see Philly Brooklyn first round.
And they absolutely can do that. And the crazy part about it is Brooklyn will absolutely clip them. Brooklyn can absolutely clip them. You don't have a bench.
Yeah.
Everything Brooklyn needed, they got. Everything. Sixers are finals contenders. Can they win it all? I don't know. I don't know, bro.
Finals contenders.
Though. I just don't know. I mean, what?
I'm gonna be real with you, right? I feel like we've really forgotten about Brooklyn because they're like 9 games out of first. I feel like we've forgotten about Brooklyn.
Right.
Are there teams that you feel will outlast what, like the teams ahead of them? Do you feel like they will outlast what outlast Brooklyn and keep them in the 8th seed, right? Because everybody's like, oh, Brooklyn's gonna win these games, Brooklyn's gonna do this, Brooklyn's gonna do that. It doesn't matter if they win and Toronto wins and Boston wins and Cleveland wins. Like, do you see Brooklyn staying 8?
Oh, absolutely not, because
or for the rest of the season.
No, because I'm gonna tell you why. We talked a lot about Andrew Wiggins when he got his first All-Star selection. How the pressure looks off of him. I'm happy for him because now he can just hoop. He just didn't want that pressure. I think that like Ben left that situation. And I think that Ben is absolutely going to excel with the roster that he has around him.
Bro.
Like,
did you see that picture I sent though? First off, somebody wild for this picture. They sent but they was talking about somebody made a picture. Well, hold on, let me see if I can pull it up on here. As the pettiest man alive enters the building. Good Lord, dog. Did you just run a mile?
Hey, he was sounding like Alex.
He was sounding out of breath, dog. He was sounding like there was no air in the room.
Alex was.
Hey, dog. Can you hear me? F your life.
Yeah, all right. We checking on you, Dad. That's how you come
out. Checking on me or roasting me? It's a difference.
Both.
There's a difference, all right?
Make sure you can breathe.
Make it seem like you care. You don't care. You don't care.
And here's a question for you, right? Look at that.
Hey, should we charge for product placement? Because I realize that this Batman symbol looks fly, like from this angle.
Hey, kid.
But it definitely is product placement.
Hey, kid, listen. I'm gonna be real with you. I have $2 billion organizations on my wall here. I think we've been doing product placement for a while. You're wearing an entire $1 billion organization on your chest right now.
I mean, hey, listen, we benefit from talking about them, so that's different. We don't talk about this dude, so that's a big difference there, you know.
We kind of did yesterday.
Hey, say trying to get on me because I'm late. Hey, you know we still have 9 to 5s. Some of us, you know, some of us still, you know.
So good. So good. Hey, kid. Hey, listen. We know what's going on with kid. You know what I'm saying?
Get off my case, buddy.
He did come in aggressive. He said, "You must be on black people time because you late as hell."
Good Lord,
Jesus. He came out aggressive,
dog. Out hot, didn't he? Like, good Lord, man.
Oh, Shay, it's all good.
I'm sorry, bro. I have a business to run, man, and this is prime hours, but the show has to go on.
The show must go on. That's why I'm here. Looking beautiful.
Baby.
How's it going?
It is what it is.
No,
I here's tuning in for that live call tonight though that your boy gonna be doing with my man Stefan Don right here though. Bet you tune in for that though. Bet you I'll be on time for that.
Petty Casanova, the Ringo J.
I love when I like mess with people in the chat that they be like, oh man, it's all love. Like, dog, y'all really don't know. I be joking at like
He be joking.
99% of the time.
I really had to start telling kids. I was like, they don't know we playing, dog. Like some of the faithfuls do, like, but they don't know we playing sometimes. You know why? Because your joking is also the same as you actually going at somebody.
No, it's not. I've never really
it is.
Nah, when Muggs come in reckless.
Cause you be sitting there with the same stone face, so Muggs don't know when
like,
you playing when you serious.
Who was it? Somebody came in and was like,
"Y'all want me to laugh more?"
We was nah. That's scarier. No, right. I'm not gonna hurt you. No, we came in on. We were talking about. I think we were talking about the Brian Flores stuff. You went and somebody in the chat said something. You was just like, "Hey."
I remember that.
Like it was one of his kids. I was like, God, what the heck just happened?
Oh no, that dude I was serious about because he was mad disrespectful. I forgot who it was. I don't know if he said something to me or to you, but whatever it was just mad disrespectful.
Hey,
like I'm all good for like the jokes, just like, roasting each other, stuff like that. But we all know as adults when there's a line being crossed. Yeah. You know it, you feel it, and when that happens, it's like nah. Like in person, you would have got slapped.
Hey, it's just but see that was the same energy as coming in and just be like, hey Shay, get off my case, dog. Like,
no, it wasn't.
Like I felt it. I felt it. You know what I mean? I felt. You know what I mean? Hey man, first off, how you feeling, my boy?
Man, good morning so far. You know, making some moves. What people don't know is I'm actually making moves to be more of a content creator. Some of those moves take time, it's life restructuring, but it's cool. I love the thought process. It's scary at the same time, but you gotta chase what you think is gonna work, man. You gotta chase what you think is gonna work, what's worthwhile. So
it's very.
I know content creation as a whole is where it's gonna be at. Even if like me and Pat and Ringo decide to do something completely different, it's gonna be in a realm of content creation, and so like that's just where we going with it.
Was that kid telling
for anybody? I highly, advise anybody who watches these streams, watches these things. Like you watch other people go to work every day, basically. If you really think about it, like this is what we're trying to do, not just because we love it, but for work. Like this is what we're trying to build.
Facts.
You're watching us go to work. When we talk about these NBA players and stuff like that, they're at work. We watch them do their job. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, put yourself out there. That's the whole reason why I really started doing this with Pat. Because I never would have thought about doing this on a daily basis if it wasn't for Pat. And that's a fact. Like I never would have thought about that. And so at this point, now my mind is like all these other things that we can do with it and stuff like that. My wife wants to do it. His wife wants to do it. My kids want to be content creators and web designers and stuff like that. So it's like aligning myself to do the things that ultimately will make us happy, what we want to do creatively, and then get a bag doing it. And so I'm making changes to do that. So that's all it is. That's all it is, man.
Absolutely. I love it, man. I love it. We're coming in here on that positive energy today.
Got a little I got some backhanded comments because I don't know if we got to it yet, but I heard somebody talking about money making Mitch.
Oh, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. Hey, we gonna hit on these.
No, y'all done set it off now. Y'all know I think Trubisky is gonna come out 3,500 yards. 35 touchdowns. I think he's gonna do it. I think he's better than Carson Wentz. On God, I do.
You know what's wild? I don't know if I disagree with that statement.
Exactly.
Now
they say that man is better than Jimmy G. What?
Now, I'll say this: Carson Wentz, what we saw last year. He definitely not better than when Carson Wentz was going to be MVP.
We just jumping into it like this?
We wasn't. Hey, no, because we gonna hit. You know what? We will, because kids here, and that's how you throw the show off. But first things first, this is one of the greatest images I've seen edited in the world.
Bro, that's literally all
it's just a bunch of dudes shooting and Ben Simmons throwing a pass.
That's all it's gonna be.
Hey,
that's all it's gonna be.
That's what you need in life, though. You need someone to have your back and support the rotation, the swing pass,
You know
initiate the offense. Everyone can't take the shot. And there's 5 people shooting right there. You don't need 6. You need somebody to get that rebound and pass. That's all
what I will say. The first thing I thought when I saw it was like, fam, he's never going to have to shoot the ball again.
He don't.
He will never in his life have to put up a jump shot as long as these 5 guys here are on the court with him. Dog,
he about to get money.
Now, here's a question to y'all before we jump into Mitch. Here's a question for y'all, because one, we want to get into where KD's going to end up sending the Nets by the end of the season, but also
wait, time out real quick.
Uh-oh.
Ben is wearing the number 10.
Oh,
Ben
wow.
10? Oh,
Ben
wow.
10. Ben 10, dog.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's
you gotta be able to shoot to wear Ben 10. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, that's a brand move though. I like that.
That is though.
As a brand move, that's not
like
bad. But I feel like Ben 10 got one alien in the Omnitrix that can shoot. I'm just saying, like if we going down the Ben 10 path,
I know, because it's gonna be Firestorm.
Hey, listen,
Firestorm can shoot.
Firestorm can shoot.
Let's look at this, like realistically, objectively. Let's look at it without our bias and stuff like that. If he comes in the right mental space with KD, who is a savant, Kyrie, another savant. These people have mastered their craft. They have Kyle Korver on the shooting, on the offensive, who's already going to work with him. Like, the report was that he called KD and he was emotional because they took a chance on him. You honestly think he ain't going to sit there and take some shots? That boy's going to come out, he's going to take some shots, and he's going to be in the right environment to get better. I promise you he is.
The ultimate kick to the groin would be if he rolls out there and he goes 4 for 6 from 3.
Giannis is shooting 35% from 3. And he's taking it more. It took him over a season. What you mean?
Huh?
Giannis shooting about 31% from 3, ain't he?
I think in the last month it's 35%.
No, let me check.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, hold on now, dog.
So the season is 31, but I think in the last month it's 35%.
Got a little bit too much dip on your chip.
I mean, hey, I don't know how to take that phrase. That phrase is always.
What you mean by that?
To me. What do you mean dip on my chip? I don't. What's the chip?
I don't know everybody.
No, it ain't you. It's like just a weird phrase. Like when I first heard somebody say it, I was like,
it never makes me feel comfortable when mugs say it. I want my chips with dip. It's like, but the chip is the championship.
Nah, my chips with dip means I want my guap with extra. I want my guap with interest. I want cheese with interest. Like, give me my bread. Give me my respect with extra.
Talking about the
when you say you got too much chip on your dip on something else, it's like it just gives me a weird feeling. Like, I don't know if it's appropriate, but something just doesn't feel right about it.
Yeah, no, Giannis shooting 30, bro.
30%, yeah. That's what I figured. But it could be he could have shot 35 the last. The
stat was within a frame of like last 10 games or something like that.
It could be.
It's an ESPN stat. Take it for what you will. I didn't make the stat up.
From this side of the floor with 5 minutes left on the clock and two balls in his hand.
Hey, take it for what you will. Didn't do it. But all I'm saying is Giannis takes that 3.
Yeah.
Now, if he's 30%, that means he's going to make 1, maybe 2 out of every 5.
Yeah.
Maybe 2. Because you know,
maybe 2.
1 is 20%.
1.33333333.
I don't know what 0.333 of a shot is, so
I
round up.
That's when you pump fake and you lose it.
Okay, all right. You pump fake and you draw the and one. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. But either way, that's what it is. So with that being said, why did you all both go digging for something down there like y'all in the same space?
Oh, I'm cutting the heater up.
Oh no!
Both of y'all was just like, hold on 1 second, like at the same time, like you were reaching for something. Like y'all in the same. Like if y'all secretly connected with this like little portal thing, y'all sliding each other notes. That's weird, but kind of freaking cool considering like y'all like 10 miles away. Like I just want y'all to know that, it just looked extra. Go look at the tape again. Like when y'all both went, it's just weird. Anyway, god dang, I went off on a tangent.
You own one today. He's back on the coffee, not the tea.
Definitely back on the coffee. Definitely back on the mother effing coffee.
Hey, you get off coffee like once a week and be like, that was a mistake.
Nah, dog, I can't do that. You know, you go through withdrawals if you a heavy coffee drinker. I didn't realize it. My head started hurting. I sound like an addict, but I am.
Oh, you are. That's okay. It's an acceptable drug.
But no, seriously, Ben is in the right space to shoot.
Yeah.
He has. We mentioned. I didn't mention Seth Curry. Like, imagine what that room looks like when they're at shoot-arounds. He's gonna actually have to shoot around, and he's gonna have to actually do something and improve. He's in the right space for it. He's in a space full of grinders, and I like it. And I want to see what happens. He, in 10 years, if he continues the trajectory of growth, Ben Simmons could really go down as one of the best players I've ever played. If he takes his career seriously from this point forward, he still has that opportunity, and I don't take that away from him. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you win multiple championships, absolutely. You win multiple championships. We forget. Well, you know what's going to happen if he wins multiple championships with Brooklyn? We're going to say, oh, he was in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really how you think about it. Like, let's be real. Jordan in our mind don't really exist before 90. Like, he was still doing crazy stuff well before 1990. But, like, really, like, you look at it and you just like, yeah, but when he started winning, he never gave it back.
That's a fact. I give you that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't think he came in 84.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6 years.
I give you one better. Jordan's best game, to me, his best game ever, goes down as probably top 5 NBA games stat lines ever produced. Happened during the times we forget. When he almost came up with that 70 and 20 game.
Yeah.
As a guard. Like Pat done heard me talk about that so much he get tired of it. But like, you don't understand.
You can't get tired of Michael Jordan being Michael Jordan.
He got nearly 70 points and 20 rebounds as a guard in a center-dominated league.
Hey, put some respect.
And no one talks about it.
Hey, put some respect on Elgin Baylor's name.
Hey, I will say too though, kid got a point because when LeBron was in Miami and Ray Allen got there, he was absolutely working on his shot. He absolutely shot 80% from the free throw line.
Fam, you got to give Brian credit.
He got a point.
No, you got to give Brian credit for improving his shot the way he did. Brian legit, like Muzz might not remember, Brian could not shoot. Brian had a little bit of a midi. He had a nice little turnaround at the mid-range. Brian could not shoot.
He pulling up from the logo right now.
Brian is pulling up from the logo now.
But he's still
with confidence.
He still got that
like,
one shot that makes me
and Muggs, hey, and that's the thing. Muggs look at that and think in their minds that if Michael Jordan played in today's game, he would not be a threat from the three-point line. Y'all smoking that loud.
No, Pat, you don't even have to say that. DeMar DeRozan takes 2, maybe 3 threes every other game.
Collectively.
Every other game. And he is top 5 in scoring right now. I think he's still top 5 in scoring.
Yeah.
DeMar ain't got a 32-year-old DeMar is not touching 32-year-old Michael Jordan.
This is the
if
thing.
You don't believe me, go look it up.
This is the thing. Muggs think like when they do the Warriors of today versus the Bulls back then thing, nobody thinks about the fact that, hey, so did Jordan get time to like grow into this league and become a three-point shooter? Because I absolutely can see Michael Jordan being one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA if that's the case. Like he did not work on that shot. They joked or go watch 90s clips. They joked around taking deep three-pointers.
Yep.
It was a joke to them. Like, and the only one that could hit it was Michael. Tony wasn't there yet. Tony Kukoc should be a dog in today's NBA as well.
You know who else could hit it back then? Early 2000s? Like... Jason Kidd.
The problem
Jason Kidd could not shoot.
Hey, the problem was Jason Kidd couldn't shoot nothing else. Like Jason Kidd was that else.
But them half-court shots, logo shots, he was hitting them joints for some odd reason.
Hey, the problem was Jason Kidd was one of them dudes that was just too strong. You know, you too strong and you can't get the right touch. Jay Kidd was like just J. Kidd was launching that mug. That mug would hit the backboard like pong. Here's the interesting. Here's a question for y'all. With where this team could go, and I think we all think that if KD never gets hurt, this team is still top of the Eastern Conference. Where do you place locking all these pieces up? And what I mean by that is I thought about it and I was like, there's probably going to be somebody who doesn't get kept in Brooklyn. I know you putting up Kidd should get a Jason Kidd jersey just for the last name on the back.
I have one.
He already got it. Which one is it? New Jersey?
One.
Yeah.
I never wear it.
Humble flex.
Yeah. I never wear it just because it was I got it during the Mitchell and Ness days and it's a little baggy. I bought it. I bought it like 4X. 3X, like when we was wearing our jerseys down, so I got that on knees.
Hey, that man was out there walking down the street with the interior crocodile alligator.
Dog, I'm letting you know right now that jersey was big. It's big on me now, and I weigh 60 pounds more than I did when I bought it.
Hey, bro, this is my favorite thing about the baggy era. There's clothes I bought in middle school. That just, they just stay in your closet forever. They fit normal now. I am legitimately 145 pounds heavier than I was back then.
Dog, it's embarrassing to even think about.
Hey,
I got sweaters now. Back then, I was like, I bought it just because it was baggy. Now I kind of like tried to bulk up. I was like, oh, it definitely fits snug around these shoulders now. I guess it ain't got that droopy thing.
Chicago Garza with the old hair. What do you think we were doing, Chicago Garza? That was the look, my boy. Hoodie underneath with the jersey over top. Come on, dog.
Fam, you just don't know.
You just don't know.
You just don't know, dog.
If you didn't have a rubber band around your ankles, what were you doing? But no, honestly, like if you're looking at this Brooklyn squad, like Kyrie's gonna be up for a new contract after next season. Ben is good, KD is good, but are you bringing back the core of this team? Are you bringing back all three names in this, or has Brooklyn gotten to the point where they're kind of like, we might let Kyrie walk?
I mean, if anything, it's gonna be Kyrie, but
I mean, KD, what, 34? 33?
33.
33?
Yeah, 33, I believe. But
we're talking about 36 at the time where this becomes a factor.
Hey, a bucket is a bucket.
It could be KD.
A bucket is a bucket. I'm not gonna say KD is I'm not gonna say KD. It's gonna be Kyrie. But see, the good thing about this is you got the 2 first-round picks. So even if you do let Kyrie go, and you bring somebody else in, I mean, that was the W of the trade.
The problem is KD's legacy is more on the line than Kyrie's. Kyrie at this point is not going to have the same legacy as he would have before all the drama. No one disrespects him on the basketball court. Everyone regards him as one of the most unguardable people in NBA history. And it's a fact. Like, you don't have to like him. You can say whatever you want to say about him personally.
Literally trash talks him just about any chance he gets in Stephen A. Literally was like, I would pay that brother $50 million
for 1 year. Hey, 1 year. And guess what? He ain't wrong. I got to see Kyrie before he retires.
He ain't wrong. Kyrie's that level of good. Russ is getting 47.
Kyrie might be one of them mugs where it's just like when mugs be talking about, because mugs would be like, yo, like this person was nice, but yo, did you see God Sham guy? Like he didn't play long enough, but he was doing this, and this on the court.
Hey, listen, I watched God Sham guy live.
I know, he freaky.
He ain't Kyrie. Kyrie's handle like this.
But I was just making a point though. But I see
There's old heads that'll argue like AI's got the best handle of all time. It's not. AI was there. It
AI
was
said
AI.
it ain't even
AI,
close.
AI was there, but
AI
the
said it's
gap
not
is-
close.
The gap keep getting bigger.
Hey, when you see somebody intentionally dribble into a triple team because he knows he's going to break it, and he does it off a spin, like I don't like for hoopers, for real hoopers, you know, like if you breaking a triple team, or if you're dribbling through traffic, you're not trying to spin through that. Like that's blindside rip up. Like that's all it is. This man intentionally did it against the I think it was the Warriors or the Suns, one of those. He intentionally did it twice.
he did it against us.
He did it twice. He hit the rotate. He got the famous clip when he did it in Boston or versus Atlanta.
Bro,
he did it twice against either Philly. It was either Phoenix or Golden State.
He did it
and
at
I was
Team
just like,
USA versus the
how?
best players.
He did it against the Clippers too, though.
He did it in Team USA versus the best defenders in the world.
Oh yeah, and he mastered that James Harden step back, but his is cleaner. His is not a travel.
It's just interesting. Like I thought about it the other day. I was like, this is a great team for a couple years. When it's time to pay the piper,
they good now.
When it's time to pay the piper, who's the piece that you move on from?
You don't have to. They have a lot of cap space going into.
I would add.
They have a lot of cap space.
I get you, but we've seen kind of how Brooklyn's waffled on Kyrie.
They had good reason to, but I think
I agree. Well,
I
kill him for waffling the other direction. When you make a decision, you make a decision. Don't all of a sudden be like, "Please, Kyrie, come save us. We need you."
Public opinion matters in the court of NBA, and so now that the public is like, "Yo, this is dumb. Why is he not playing?" Like, like when people are like, "Oh, you mean to tell me that people who are unvaccinated could come and play, but he couldn't play?" Like, no, that's stupid. Now they're starting to realize why, there was so much tension. And if he doesn't want to do it, it's like, okay, he didn't want to do it, and that's cool. But if the rule was everyone had to be vaccinated, everyone got vaccinated, then it makes sense. You kill Kyrie, not kill him literally, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? But like if you sit there and you really look at how stupid it was for New York to take the stance that they did and stuff like that, the NBA didn't say he had to sit. Brooklyn was like, "Oh, you gotta sit." Then
Brooklyn said you gotta sit.
Like the whole thing just got really weird. It was like, dog, it don't have to be that way. And so now people are coming around and saying, "Okay, now we see what you're talking about."
Yeah.
And the good thing about it this time is the praise or the advocating for him now, it was almost as loud as the disrespect. And that's the only thing I like. Like Stephen A did go on huge rants about this man's personal character, which he should not have. I still think he's a clown for it. Even if I see him in person, like when Pat went to go see him in Cleveland, I would have said, "Hey, I love your show, love what you do as a black man, hate what you do to Kyrie, think that's a clown move." I definitely would have said it to his face. I don't know. I have to do it. I feel like a punk if I didn't. I would. It'd be like you sat there in front of Stephen A. You didn't say what you said you was gonna say to him. It's like, no, I definitely said what I was gonna say to him, but I mean, anyway. So, but at this point, like, that's just what it is. So if you ask me, hey, do you move away from him? You do not move away from Kyrie. You do not move away from Kyrie. You do not move away from KD. Now, you may not max him out. I think that's a negotiation. I think that's something they both have to come to the table and work out. Like, I wouldn't max out KD. I wouldn't. I'm not saying he's not worth it, but I got to build around him. I got to plan for him not to be there at least 20 games, stuff like that. I wouldn't max him out.
Yeah.
But then again, LeBron has never had the super max
KD got
and
paid
things
already,
like that.
Right? KD's maxed out already.
KD was the first one to get paid.
Yeah, but I wouldn't max him out though.
Yeah, no,
like LeBron has never been the most paid player in the league,
which is dumb. But yeah,
he's been close. He's been top 5, but he's never been the most paid player. I would give KD that same treatment. I would give Kyrie that same treatment. I'm gonna pay you. You're gonna live good. You're gonna eat. You're not gonna sit there and be in a room full of people getting money and be like, I ain't making no money.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna be the highest paid in the room.
I can see Kyrie being cool with that though. I can see Kyrie being like, no, I want a team around me. I want to win. Like, let other people get paid as well. I could see KD being cool with that. Being already paid, so he better not say nothing at this point. Just play basketball. Like, hey Ben, you ain't got a leg to complain on no more, my boy. Like, just come play basketball. Looking at this Nets team, where do you see them finishing the season with KD returning tonight versus the Miami Heat? By the way, versus the
7th. They're gonna finish the 7th seed.
Say it's 6th or 5th.
6th or 5th is a long way. And the reason I say that is because, like, I feel the same way. Like, my initial thought is like, yeah, they probably going to finish 6th or 5th. But Boston right now on an 8-2 run. Toronto 6-4 in their last 10. Brooklyn 3-7 now without Kyrie, without KD, without Kyrie for a lot of those. And they're 32-31. Do you see Toronto? Do you see Boston? Do you see Cleveland losing enough for them to jump those spots? Because they're on a nice little run here. Now, Boston's is also based on the fact that they are literally playing.
Well, the Nets have a favorable schedule coming up. They have the Celtics. They have the Hornets. The hardest thing they have is the Heat.
To me, I see the Nets winning. I don't think that's
I told Pat.
The question mark is
they're gonna get us tonight. It's a
the question mark is, do you see Toronto losing enough? Do you see Boston losing enough? Cleveland losing enough for them to take those spots?
You know what? I'm not
because I don't believe in Boston.
I don't believe in Boston. I know. Like, here's the thing. I'm only looking at who the Nets are in a situation where no one believes they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't the Lakers. People say if the Lakers make the playoffs, they're getting smacked. No one believes that about the Nets.
Yeah, no.
So the Nets are in a situation where I look at their schedule, I don't care.
Right now, it's try to position yourself so you don't play the Nets if they're the AFC.
Yeah. Right now, I don't
CBC
care
in the building.
necessarily.
Hey, you got mugged up here talking about some dog. Should we actually lose?
Yeah, I don't really care about what anyone else is doing. And if you're on that team, you shouldn't either. It's just about, hey, this is what we got before us. They have a favorable schedule. They really do. I mean, outside of playing the Heat, they got to play the Heat twice. They got to play the Cavs, and they got to play the Bucks. Outside of that, they should smack everybody else on a squad, except for they got the Sixers. All right, Sixers. I think that's a loss. I think they split the Heat.
That's a dub for the Nets, though. In my opinion,
that's a loss for the Nets.
Sixers?
Okay, wait, because we talked about this earlier. I just gotta get your quick thoughts on this. They played the Timberwolves and the Knicks twice. Are we really about to sit up there and say that they got it like that?
Who got it like what?
That the Sixers got it like that. About Philly. I'm like,
James Harden is playing like James Harden.
Hey, I'll say this. I watched them.
Maxey is hooping.
I agree. But if it wasn't the Knicks, they probably lose both of those games versus the Knicks. Because in both those games, in the first game, the Knicks came back and took the lead after being down like 18.
And last night the Knicks was up.
Second game,
the Knicks were up 20.
Yeah, the Knicks just. It's a shame to see Tom go from coach of the year to like about to get fired, but I mean, I guess it is what it is.
I feel like you gotta. They're not. We're in the wrong day in the NBA for it to even be that.
Be what?
Shout out to Hayes in the building, by the way. We're in the wrong day in the NBA for it to even be that. But I feel like it's such a reactionary thing to say we were good one year, we were bad one year. Fire them. It was like, you were in the playoffs last year, dog. Like that. It's just so quick.
It's mismanagement.
Yeah, well, but bro, it was like the Knicks as well.
He lost the locker room. Once you lose the locker room, you're not. Some of those players, y'all do realize they said everyone was available and no one wanted to trade for them.
Oh yeah. But
once you lose your locker room, you have to move the head coach if you can't move the pieces.
Here's the thing: Tom didn't say that. Tom, this is the thing you know about Tom Thibodeau. He rolled with his dudes.
Oh, I agree with that.
If you're on Tom's team, he don't want to get rid of you if you're playing well, if you're hustling, if you're working hard. Tom kept around Muggs that we were like, man, like, I get it. He hustles hard.
Tom needs to let go of Taj. Tom needs to let go of Derrick Rose. Tom needs to move on from that style.
Listen, I don't know. We can say that, but legitimately, I had to go back and look. I said, when did Derrick get hurt? When did they start losing? It's 2 days. We lost Derrick Rose.
Well, let me ask you this: does that show you? I mean, that goes to show influence. But I tell you what, Phoenix lost Chris Paul. They took a dip, but then when you see Chris Paul on the bench being that secondary coach and ramping up the troops and stuff like that, you don't get that from D Rose. You don't get that from Poole. You just don't. That's never been his thing.
He's never been that dude. He leads by play.
My thing on the Knicks is this though. You lost the season when Julius Randle was complaining too much.
I think he had a reason to complain.
Because he wasn't getting foul calls. Like as a leader, you don't like he literally came out.
Dog, he was getting whooped.
I can't say that because I see DeMar cry about a lot of calls.
All-Stars cry. Yeah, he was getting whooped.
But it's like you weathered that, and he didn't weather that, and he just kept that on the shoulder.
Yeah, but only with big men do we say that. You know what I'm saying? Only with big men do we say, "Hey, you got to fight your way through that." Like if we're being real, how many times should Shaq have realistically been at the free throw line? How many times should
every rip?
You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing you can do but foul some of these dudes.
There's a play that he talked about in one of his interviews. He was like, people were grabbing me both shoulders and they weren't calling it. Yeah. And somebody clipped it together and they had clips of him, one dribble, spin, going up, and somebody grabbing him both shoulders to pull him down. No foul call. He still got the dunk off, but no foul call. That's an and one.
Now I will say he was going left.
You said what?
I said he was going left.
He been going left. When did I lie? When did I lie?
Well, hold on. I'm talking about Shaq. On Julius Randle, you know where he gets hit a lot? He's going left. He goes up. But he gets you kind of have to watch it. Because I was like, why is he crying so much?
He hasn't defended
He gets bumped off his spot in the air a lot.
No, and
in today's NBA, you can't do that.
When he gets, because this is the thing. I know exactly what you're talking about. He'll get the ball, go left. Somebody won't jump for that little fake. He'll get in the air, pass it back out to whoever's right there. After that, they'll reset. So now he's out of position, probably at the 3-point line.
No, this is him going left, driving left, trying to finish left, and someone's literally like pushing his right out, and he's rotating in the air. It's slight, it's subtle, but like that change can change how you land. You could hurt yourself coming down and stuff like that. It's legitimately a foul.
So
he never gets that call.
He just hasn't developed his
question,
game.
Right? Here's the question, because now I feel like you have to pick a side. Is it better how Julius goes about it or LeBron?
What do you mean?
Amon Shumpert said he asked LeBron one day, "Why do you flop? You're 6'8", 260. There's no reason for you to be doing all this flopping." He said, "Because I'm 6'8", 260. They're not going to give me the call."
They're not going to give you the call. Yeah.
So I sit there and I do a little bit of extra. Oh, my God. And you get the call because you're LeBron James. And if you're doing all that, you must be. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it better to be the Julius Randle where you fight through it, you miss the bucket, and now your team is struggling? Or is it better to be the LeBron James or the DeMar DeRozan where you do a little extra? I admit
DeMar absolutely sell the call.
Oh, DeMar falls on the floor so much that they naming the mop after him. Like DeMar literally is like, hey, when he pull up mid range, if you anywhere near him, he's gonna come down on 2 feet, crouch down, and slide back.
You have to change how you call the game. You have to think about it. The only reason why these players are doing what they're doing is because of how the games are officiated. Now, when you've set the tone that, hey, we're not going to call that ticky-tack foul, look at how people adjust. Trae Young don't do that stupid cross you over, jump back until you throw the float up that he was doing before. For one, that was stupid. It was reckless. He could have hurt himself and the defender, but he don't get called for that.
Yeah.
So now, boom, Julius Randle, he doesn't get that call. That's cool. But if you start playing ticky-tack, like, keep it even. If you're going to let me play, all right, let me play. Don't sit there and try to insert yourself as a ref just because you got these Foot Locker jerseys on and try to act. No, stop. If you're going to hold your whistle here, hold your whistle there. And I think that's where a lot of the frustration comes from. Absolutely. And if you hear, I've heard that more from players being mic'd up this year. They're like, hey, like, where was that call down there then? Like, where was that if you're going to do it like this?
It took us out of that Memphis game in the third. You saw DeMar come down, not get called for fouls. You saw Zach come down, not get called for fouls. They already not playing defense on the other end at a great level. So then when you come down on the other end and you doing the same thing and it's instantly a whistle, it's like, well, what the heck is going on?
And the crazy thing is, the thing that be killing me with Trey, that man come down, he get into the lane, he be boxed, he throw it up, but it be the scream after that be getting him the call. Like,
fam, Trey get calls. Like, hey. Trey gets some late calls, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Cause the one time, because when they played him the other day, that man was really like, hey, he didn't get the call. DeMar had the ball. He looked at the ref, and then after that, he called it. But DeMar was like halfway down the court.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. I'm going the other way already. You making this call? I see Brooklyn. This is gonna be an interesting finish to the season, dog. There's a sprint happening for the rest of this season.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Bulls stay top 3. I see Brooklyn as a team that gets 2-7, but not much higher, because I don't think that there's 3 teams ahead of them that are going to continue to lose. Because it's not just Brooklyn's winning. It's got to be Brooklyn's winning and they're losing. I don't see 3 teams at the end that fall to that lose enough games for them to take that spot.
What, the 6th spot?
The 6th spot. I mean, who do you see that's going to continually lose while Brooklyn wins ahead of them? Toronto, maybe. Toronto, I can see.
Toronto has to be the one that's out. Even though I don't believe in Boston either. But out of Boston and Toronto, I see Toronto 9.
I got Toronto dropping. I got the Cavs dropping.
The Cavs are dropping because they got mugged up right now. But yeah,
I don't care why they dropping. I just got them dropping.
So you got to sit.
Hey, listen, y'all gonna learn this about me real quick. I've come to grips with a couple of things about our narratives. The Derrick Rose, the what ifs. I don't want to do the what ifs anymore. Like, it's over.
Hey, that'd be killing me every year.
We done with it.
That's sports.
Hey, but it's stupid.
Oh my God, Derrick Rose would be so cold.
It's stupid. It's 10 years ago, dog. Like, I'm not gonna do the what ifs. We're gonna go by what happened. What happened? He peaked. He got injured. End of story. He ain't been healthy since.
I think the only difference in our thing is you say he met his prime. I say he never got to it.
Nah,
we really don't debate Derrick too much on this show.
Nah,
ain't much to debate. It's 2 years.
He never got to it because
it's 2 years. Ain't much to debate. Yeah. He gave you the best 2 years you've probably seen of a point guard, get the youngest MVP ever, and that was it.
And Ja Morant working on replicating it. Dog, Ja looks so much like him to me.
Bro,
people are killing Colin for his take, but he's absolutely right.
Who?
Colin said the one thing he's worried about with Ja Morant that he's not sold on is sustainability. And you know what? No truer words have been spoken. The way he plays the game at his size and the people we've seen come before him, the longest we've seen someone with that type of dynamic energy at the guard position, 6'3" and under, basically, was AI. AI had the longest tenure. AI's career ended however it ended.
Yeah.
But Derrick Rose ended short. Brandon Jennings ended short, believe it or not.
Don't bring up Brandon.
Brandon Roy ended short.
His first game in his career.
Brandon Roy, not Brandon Jennings.
No, Brandon Jennings' first season was cold.
First game.
Milwaukee hype up Brandon Jennings so much, dog.
Like,
first game was cold.
It is. Nah, I disagree with that. John Morant is definitely as good as D Rose in his prime. He's just not as big, but he definitely just as good. Like, I don't know about.
I agree.
Hey, that's from somebody. We from the town. Derrick Rose could do no wrong. Derrick Rose only bad thing was he got injured, but outside of that, nah. John Morant's on that John Morant got more posters too. John Morant, the king of the would-be dunks, because like he got dunks that missed. It was like, dude, 1 inch to the left, and this dunk goes in, your career is over. Like, we gonna be talking about you on a poster for years, dog.
Bro, listen, them Muzz, I when Muzz bring up Brandon Jennings, I be like, fam, at least hype up the better of the dudes in your franchise. Brandon Jennings wasn't better than Michael Redd.
Michael Redd was
a fucking friend. They be hyping up. I be like, y'all gave this man a champion.
That lefty, dog.
Y'all gave this man a championship ring, and he legitimately got cooked by every single point guard of that time.
Michael Redd was.
I'm
hype up the dude on your franchise that actually deserves to get the dude that stuck with y'all, that re-signed with y'all.
Hey, the funny thing is the way that Ken explained it, I was dying because that man was like, I seen Michael Redd at the grocery store. I was like, it's Michael Redd. But then I saw Brandon Jennings and I went crazy. Like, what?
They be so hype.
Hey, Michael Redd being a lefty. God, I wish I could find those old interviews because people be acting like these interviews don't exist. But players back in the day, when they talked about top 5, top 10 players during those seasons, his name came up consistently. Most unstoppable. And they talked about he's a lefty. You don't know. He was a lefty who was ambidextrous. You don't know how he's going to do it. And I was just like, dang, I never really looked at that. Like, I didn't know he could shoot with both hands.
Michael Redd absolutely peaked. But, dog, you got to look at it. Rookie year, 11 points. 15 points, 21, 23, 25, 27, 22. He got hurt in the 2027 year. Then he came back 22, 21, 11, and his career kind of winded down. But it's like, fam, hype up the dude that stuck with y'all for more than 3 years and enjoyed being in Milwaukee and really wanted to be a part of that. That man, we hype up. This the thing right here. His first game, he was the first dude to come overseas and skip college, and his first game, he dropped 50.
Double nickel. Hey, he dropped that on Steph.
Hey, that dropped it on Steph.
Dropped it on Steph.
But that's the only reason why we hype it up.
Hey. No, we talked about it last night. And after that,
nothing.
I'm not gonna say nothing. He was a nice player.
Nice. That man would get cooked by Derrick religiously.
Oh, Derrick is in his head to this day.
Hey, you know what's the problem with the whole thing? There's so many guards that we can name that just had good 5-year stretches. But what we keep forgetting is that they were considered the best in those 5-year stretches. And there's one person who absolutely ran through all of them that we constantly disrespect. I'm never going to let it go. As long as I'm alive, I'm never going to let it go. We disrespect Kobe so much that we don't realize that Kobe ran through each and every last one of these guards we can mention, and he actually stuck them. They didn't stick him. He stuck them.
He did. And you know what happened? He got that float hit on him the Christmas Day game. D-Rose, baby, let's go. Welcome back. Absolutely. Hey. But first off, how you gonna say we constantly disrespect Kobe?
No, not us here. But when people have these debates about him never being the best in the league and stuff like that, Dog, y'all need to understand something.
Hey, kid be finding these weird pockets of NBA fans that he go at, and he think that that's the general.
No, dog. Anyone that's a LeBron fan will say that he was never the best. Well, I'm not gonna say anybody.
Hey,
he was never the best in the league. He was never running.
You know how Bron fans tear down. You know what I'm saying? That's how Bron fans tear down. It's the same as Jordan fans with LeBron. It's just like LeBron couldn't have played in the 90s. It's like, oh, come on, dog. Like
he could have played.
LeBron, no, he could. He not only could have played, we would have been like, well, I guess it's gonna be Bron versus Jordan every year. We would have got bored of seeing it. Oh man,
I wouldn't say D Rose in his prime is above Ja Morant by any stretch.
I will say this though: in 5 years,
I don't think Ja Morant could stick D Rose, but I know D Rose couldn't stick Ja Morant.
If Ja stays on this trajectory,
no.
I think it'll be like
they couldn't have stuck each other. It would have been. It would have been when we watched D Rose versus Russell Westbrook, or D Rose versus John Wall. Like neither of them could guard each other. But
I don't know why, but I just thought for like it was like a 4-year stretch where I was like,
I don't even remember how fun D Rose versus John Wall. When John Wall finally got like figured out, like I need to slow down before I get to the bucket. Because it was cookies the first couple years. But when John Wall got to the point where he was like, I got to slow down when I get to the them games were. I'll never forget. It was a play. Bulls were I think the Bulls were dominating because Washington was just not good. But there was a play where Taj throws the ball into Derek. Derek takes 3 steps and was at the bucket. It was like a long pass. He caught it at like just before half court. Takes 1 dribble and was just gone. He was at the bucket, lay. And before the ball hit the ground, Washington, I don't remember who they big man was. It might have been Ilgauskas at this point. He grabs it.
No, that was Gortat.
Kicks it. Gortat. Marcin Gortat. He grabs it, does the same thing to John Wall, and John Wall does the same thing right back. And I was like, we just saw 2 buckets scored in literally 4 seconds. It was just seeing them go at it like that. It was crazy, dog. It was a time to be alive. You and yours versus me and mine.
Are we talking teams?
Are we talking teams? Are you switching sides? Want to run with me? That's a wild bar too. I want to know who was talking about in that one. Hey man, before we get up out of here, we appreciate y'all for showing love, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do this every day during the week, Monday through Friday, 11 to 1, where we break.
I'm not letting it go, Pat.
Here we go. You said what?
I'm not letting it go, Pat.
Not letting what go? Oh, we finna get into it. We
finna get relax.
We finna get into it. Look how excited he is.
Bro,
how excited he is.
I'm going to die on this hill alone, and that's okay. If he comes in and he's trash, I'm going to sit there and hold my L. I'm going to literally buy a big L, and I'm going to hold it. Like, I'm going to buy an L letter and hold it on live. But I believe that kid's going to come in and give him the right opportunity. He's going to be a premier. Hold on, wait. Let me not say premier, because when you say premier, people are like, he's not Watson. I'm not saying he's going to be on that level. What I am saying is he's going to be better than Wentz. He's going to be better than Jimmy G. He's going to be better. He's going to be better than what we've seen before. And he's going to absolutely put some numbers on Chicago's head. That's the one game where I'm going to be like, I'm going to be rooting for whatever team he's playing for if he's starting. So if he goes to a team he's starting, I'm wearing a Trubisky jersey. On God, I am. I don't care. I am. Because I will die on this hill alone. I know when someone's being screwed over. I said it in 2018. That kid's not being coached right. I said it in 2018. That kid's not being coached right.
Of the Indianapolis Colts.
I said it in 2018. His best season, by the way. The kid's not being coached right. And I also called Lamar Jackson. I was like, that kid is benefiting from a coach who changed his complete system to fit him, and he hasn't progressed enough. I called it. I ain't trying to say that.
Hey, can I talk now?
Nope. Nope.
Oh, Mitch Trebiski is, of course, interestingly enough, with all the news that came out about Matt Nagy.
I love this one.
Which is great marketing, by
Matt
the way.
Matt Nagy is so good. He made Mitch look good, and he made Justin Fields look trash, though.
Good Lord.
Justin Fields looked like complete trash.
Jimmy Garoppolo has a 674 win percentage.
Justin Fields looked like complete trash. Whose fault was that?
Oh
Matt Nagy, right?
Bro.
We all agree. It was Matt Nagy,
bro.
But we don't give Mitch that same benefit. Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't even log back in. Get out of here.
You gonna let me finish introducing the topic now?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Hey, look, I just hate the narrative. Nagy made him look better. No, Nagy did not. And he also killed Justin Fields. Where do you get the stats from?
I don't know.
Read the room.
I don't know who narrative that is. But here's the thing. Mitch is the top free agent that is on the market at the quarterback position. He's being rumored to be aligned with the Colts when it's all said and done. To me, looking at what situation he could be in, and question to y'all and to the chat, what is the best situation for Mitchell Trubisky to be successful in? Is it the Colts? Do you like the move for him to the Colts, or is there another situation where you feel he can be successful in?
I think he'd be successful at both the Colts and the Steelers. The Steelers have targets or better targets.
Steelers is the better name for me. Steelers definitely have better targets.
Steelers have the better names.
Steelers is the one I would go with.
Indy has a better defense and a run game.
I still go Steelers. Steelers
and
has
you need a run game.
Hey, listen. You need weapons to throw to that aren't T.Y. Hilton.
That's true, but you also need a dynamic running back to take some pressure off of. Because I'm not going to sit there and make it seem like, oh, he's going to come in, he's going to be the second thing since Mahomes. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's going to be much better, but he is.
How it felt.
No, you know what he's going to give you? He's going to be a better Ryan Tannehill. I think he is going to be a better Ryan Tannehill.
If you're saying he's going to be a better Ryan Tannehill, dog, you saying that he's going to be on par with Patrick Mahomes, because Ryan Tannehill and Mahomes.
Ryan Tannehill is not on par with Patrick Mahomes. He's benefiting from a very good situation.
Ryan Tannehill and Pat Mahomes absolutely had the same stats when Ryan Tannehill first got there. So you're saying that you're going to see him be on par with Pat Mahomes.
Here's the difference. Me and you could pull up in the same whip. But if I drive that bad boy better, it doesn't matter. I'm going to beat you, right? So that's all I'm saying. They pull up with the same skill set, but Patrick Mahomes is by far a better QB. Like, it's not even close.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You can only throw the ball so far. You can only have so many yards within the game. Like, it's not like he's out there like, oh, yeah. Like, no. Ryan Tannehill is a good QB who manages a game really well, has some very exciting moments, and he strings them together. He's a better Jimmy G. I think but he's not mobile. He's not a mobile QB. He's not known to be a mobile QB.
Tannehill was. He
has his moments. But he's not one of those like he's gonna beat me with his feet. He's not gonna do that.
Tannehill in Miami absolutely was a mobile QB.
Right as it stands right now, do you fear him beating you with his legs?
You said what?
Do you fear him beating you with his legs? I mean, it's not a knock on him. Can he do it?
No,
yes.
He's just old. He's old now.
Is he going to do it? No, he's not.
No.
I think Trubisky is going to have the same skill set, and he's still young enough to say, "Yeah, I can use these legs and get out of this jam."
Now, this was the question, right? And I don't want this to happen because I don't want Mitch to have. I don't want his career to end with us just like, see, we told you this dude sucked. I would rather be proven wrong that Mitch is a good quarterback, because I want to see him have success at his career. This is the thing he loves doing. He loves playing football. I'd rather see him have that success. I'd rather be proven wrong. But there's a part of me that's like, making Ringo root for Mitch would be so hilarious for 4 years. I think that would be the thing that would make him become a Bears fan. Ringo would just be like, you know what? I'm done with the organization. Can't do it. So Ray just says he should go to the coach that knows him, Brian Daboll, and values O-line. Indy has a good line, but that's unfamiliar. That's unfamiliar to him, I think he means. I think Daboll will get the Giants O-line fixed, so he should follow his coach. There is something to be said about that. There is something to be said about following the guy that apparently everyone believes gets him in the position to playing like Josh Allen. Here's the caveat to that, though.
Is this Lil Bro branded or nah? No, that's not Lil Bro.
Who? No.
Hey, listen, Brandon. Google it.
No one's he's the number one. He's the number one free. Hey,
Brandon,
listen. Let's be real. Let's be real. He's the number one free agent because the quarterback class right now is old trash. Dudes and terribleness.
But so this is the thing, right? If we talk because we talked about the Colts and the Steelers.
Yeah. I think
if I'm Mitch, I'm going to the Colts. Colts got the second best offensive line, according to Pro Football Focus. Next to the Cowboys, obviously. But the reason why I'm saying that is because you have, like I said yesterday, you have Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines, Marlon Mack. That RPO game would be crazy, and you running behind two of the best tackles in the game. You got Quentin Nelson, you got Ryan Kelly. You run behind both of them dudes.
Absolutely.
They can get the RPO game going. Now I do think they need a little bit more speed. I mean, and you got to number one, Michael Pittman. I don't think the Colts bring T.Y. back because T.Y. is injury prone. But if we're just talking about Mitch and offense, I would pick the Colts because the Steelers are still aging. The pieces are still there, and yes, they have Najee Harris, but you wouldn't be able to really do too much.
But here's the thing, right? Your offensive line is not god awful in Pittsburgh, right?
It's not. They're just old.
And they're up there, and so they have to replace that. But Mitch is not coming in on a Pat Mahomes deal. Mitch is coming in on a, hey, here's $10 million, come in here, be our quarterback. Here's my question to see where Mitch wants to go: is what's more important? Is it being behind the best offensive line in the game with what I would say is subpar weapons? With what I would say is subpar weapons, or going to a team where you've got Najee Harris, who's a great running back, or who's a above. Is he great? Is he great? I'm not going to give him great. He's a really good running back. You've got Chase Claypool, who I believe is on par with Justin Jefferson, just had a lame duck quarterback arm throwing him the ball in Ben Roethlisberger last year. And you've got Juju Smith-Schuster. You've got the weapons. You've got your safety blanket. You've got everything you need. And what's the tight end? I can't think of it. Freiermuth?
Freiermuth, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
Freiermuth,
whatever it is. That, like, you've got your entire slate of weapons there if you go to Pittsburgh. And yes, the offensive line is getting older, but hey, I need to win now to prove I can play quarterback and be a starter here. And it'll prioritize them to say, hey, let's get this offensive line younger. To me, Mitch is his best situation is to go where you have people that at a minimum, can catch the ball. Both situations are great coaches. You know what I'm saying? You're either going out to Warner or you're going out to Mike Tomlin.
Frank Wright,
my bad.
You know the interesting thing about all these debates? I like stuff like this.
Oh my
because
God,
we only debate it with bad QBs. But we don't realize that a lot of QBs had a really tough defenses too that put them in really good positions. Like Tom Brady had a really good defense. Aaron Rodgers' defense absolutely picked up.
Yeah.
The only person who was a star that didn't have a good defense, who got killed every year over year, that's no matter how well he played, was Drew Brees.
No, I think
Drew Brees couldn't buy a defense.
The difference with the debate there is that when the defenses were bad, you still got that same production from Tom Brady, from Aaron Rodgers, from Aaron Rodgers has played literally all of his. Aaron Rodgers really hasn't had a good defense though. He's had one, maybe two. We looked it up that day.
Let's do a couple things. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady without a good defense. Tom Brady got it done 1 year without a good defense. He won a chip without a good defense. I remember that.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's Tom Brady though.
But bro, that's still a lot.
No. Hear me out. But no, everyone can't be Tom. Like we're just privileged.
Them up, though.
Hear me out. We're privileged to live in a time where we saw the greatest play. No debating that.
Yeah,
we're seeing the best QBs to have ever played in the NFL history up until this point. We are blessed to have that.
Yeah.
But everyone can't be that. But that doesn't mean they weren't good. Like, it doesn't mean they weren't good. So hear me out. Let me finish this one thing. With that being the case, Tom always had a good offensive line. In the years he didn't win.
Well, he didn't have a bad offensive line very much.
He never had a bad one, right? He had one. It was late 2000s. He had a bad offensive line, and he was he was over 500.
Yeah,
but they didn't win. He didn't win a chip for like 10 years. People don't remember that. Tom won 2-3, didn't win for like 10 years. He's just been in the league that long, and he's that old that it's like we don't remember that. But it's like 10-year gap between Super Bowls for Tom Brady. In that time, he dealt with having a bad O-line, still being competitive. You knew he was going to be there, but they still had some stuff to figure out. We're the only team who's dumb enough to believe, our defense is good. Like we've never put it together. We haven't had a good defensive team and a good O-line in like 40 years.
No, you always have one or the other. Well, no, that's not true. In the year we went to the Super Bowl, we had a great offensive line.
So we never put it together. Like if you had a great defense, competent QB, just competent, not a guy who just turned around and just launched. Yeah, there you go. His favorite play right there. Just turned around. If you have a somewhat of a competent QB, you win that Super Bowl. But we've never had it together. Man, all the people who keep winning, they had it at the same time. They either had a really good offensive line and a top 15 defense, or with the competent QB, or they had a really good QB, a mediocre offensive line, and a really decent defense. We haven't had those chips fall that way.
Yeah.
The best QB we had, he quit on us, and we call him Smoking Jay because he quit. Guess what? If he took the hits he was taking, I'd quit on you too. Like, be realistic about your team here. We suck.
Jay Cutler didn't quit on him. Much just disliked Jay because of Jay's personality, which, okay, I can get that. He's kind of an a-hole. But, at the same time,
dude, we're hyped about Justin Fields because we saw what he can do when he was national this and national that. He looked like pure trash. Guess why? Because our O-line sucked. He had no time to process. The boy couldn't even breathe after he said hike.
When he had,
I'm getting smacked.
When he had time to pass, he definitely looked better. And listen, the O-line plays into it. I think that's the part that you have to look at, to me, if you're Mitch. But listen, you what is going to be more important for him, right? And that's kind of, what did he learn while he was out there? What did he learn while he was in Buffalo? Because if you learn to process the information quicker, then go to the team that has the weaker O-line in Pittsburgh and have your weapons. If you still aren't processing the information, you just said he should go to Pittsburgh.
I said I would go to Colts O-line in the run game.
You literally started this by saying,
Time out. I said that those are the two teams, and they're not bad teams. Don't get me wrong. Pittsburgh does have the more of the. What, he just log off? Okay, I logged off.
I'm gone.
All right, well, he's gone then. All right, there you go. That's what you get for being cute.
Damn.
No. I'm not saying either one I'm good with. I would prefer him to go to Indiana because it has the run game. You need a run game.
You got the run game with Najee Harris in Pittsburgh. You have more weapons in Pittsburgh.
Do you trust Najee Harris?
Yeah, it's based on, he's a running back. It's based on offensive line. I can find.
I asked the wrong person.
Hey, guess what?
I asked the wrong person.
If Najee Harris sucks, go find another one.
Hey, Pat is like, is your name Derrick Henry? Nope, I don't trust you.
Hey, if Najee Harris sucks, you know what you do? Go trade for Saquon Barkley. Like,
do you trust Saquon? Oh, God. And you know what, Ringo? I know you punch in the air right now. Your team's trash.
Hey, Hey,
your team's so trash, they about to implode
the air because the
again.
quarterback that's rumored to come in. He right now his choice is between David whatever his name is.
David Mills?
No, that's not his quarterback. What's your quarterback name?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, whatever. Yeah, his choices are between Daniel Jones, Andy Dalton, or Mitch Trebiski. That's why he punching the air right now, and he ain't got no offensive line to protect that quarterback.
Ain't no guy Mitch Trebiski better than Daniel Jones.
No, that's an easy one. That's an easy one.
No,
Daniel Jones.
According to Ringo, he's sneaky fast.
Hey, I bet
he is. Have you seen him run?
Hey, he is sneaky fast. Hey, I'll say this. Every white dude is sneaky fast, by the way. Fam, we blew past that. I didn't even realize it's 1:00 right now.
I mean, it's YouTube. Who cares about the time?
Oh man, hey, to all the people over on the Contender, man, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all stay safe out there.
Why do we do this? We're
gonna drop y'all off as we give our finishing comments over here. Sorry about that. Sorry about that Contender side. I was not looking at the clock. That's on me. Y'all stay safe out there. Hey, dog. That was funny. I looked at the clock. I'm like, dog, it's 1 p.m. on the dot. Good Lord. No, here's my thing. Just kind of closing it out. To me, with Mitch, you have to make the decision that puts you in a position right away to be successful. Mitch is mobile. Mitch is able to throw the ball on the run. I don't think it's oh my God, great. Like Muggs be talking about, Nagy didn't get him out in space. Yeah, that's okay. He's still struggling. But I do think Mitch is a better quarterback than we saw here with Matt Nagy. And so to me, seeing how he's played here and other places, the best thing for Mitch is going to be to go where you have weapons already there. Because that was the one question mark, right? He's got Allen Robinson and who else? Anthony Miller was never really there. Didn't really have a consistent tight end at that spot. Had the running game, but Nagy wasn't using it. If he goes to the Giants, you've got nothing. You're building from the ground up. You're just hoping that your coach keeps developing you in the right direction. If he goes to Indy, you've got a new offensive scheme, but you've got better linemen in front of you. But then who are you throwing the ball to?
Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman.
Did you just say Michael Strahan?
No, Michael Pittman.
I said Michael
Pittman. Dog. I was about to say, what the heck is we talking about? Dog?
Michael Pittman, Doyle. Shoot, what?
But you see how long you got to think? You see how long you got to think?
I mean, they got, but I mean, if I'm him, what are we talking? Is we just talking O-line play? I mean, they got a good defensive line.
I think the question is, right, are we, because we're kind of highly evaluating this. Is Mitch going to get that many opportunities at this?
Yep.
Is he going to have his pick of the litter?
Yep.
He should be able to, but he better.
You want to know why?
If he don't.
2 reasons. It's not him saying it.
It's people talking around the league for sure.
It's GMs at other teams that have mentioned it first. Sure. It's other GMs at other teams that were like, "Hey, I really want to see what this kid can do now that he's not under that regime." Like that came out in the middle of the season.
Great move by Mitch's people. I know for a fact they're the ones that put it out.
Hey, listen, great move.
Great move by Mitch's people. Great move. And you got and you got all the players that died under Nagy on board as well. Great move by Mitch's people.
Every time another player comes out and talks about how he improperly managed that team. Come back to the same thing. Because you want to know why? I told you when they were 12-4. Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Yeah,
I can read people well. That's what it is. Something ain't right.
They got tape.
Hey, I'll say this.
The only person who I won't kill, the only person I kill because he did it to him, I feel like he did it to himself. Because he absolutely could have had like an OBJ moment, is A-Rob, because he gets no separation. If A-Rob was getting clear separation, he can say, look at the tape. I'm open.
But I can say that, but I also can say A-Rob wasn't getting separation when he was breaking 1,000 yards a season. He's always been this dude. This ain't new.
You were forcing that ball to him, though.
Well, there was nobody else. There was nobody else.
It's
hey,
like
hey, look. You can force the ball to him all you want. You got to catch it to get 1,000 yards.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's not the safe pick. Like A-Rob on the Packers is like Lazard. He's not getting the same opportunities.
No.
Yeah, dog. The
Nah,
gap
A-Rob,
between A-Rob and Adams is so wide.
This is the thing. Lazard gets opportunity. Lazard drops it.
Maybe I mean Scantling. I meant Scantling.
Any of them, they all get opportunity because they all like A-Rob has to go through every game and be like, which one of y'all are gonna catch it today? Because they double teaming Devontae over here every play. So he's got to go through and be like, Lazard, not today, my guy. Valdez, you got it. Okay, we're going to you today. So like, I feel like A-Rob would be the consistent guy there where he's gonna be like, you throw it to me, I'm gonna catch it. Like he doesn't have to be the Valdez Scantling is the take the top off guy. He's what Darnell Mooney is.
Mooney gets separation though.
Yeah, but he's fast. That's what I'm saying. He's the take the top off guy. The problem is he can take the top off, the ball hit him in the hands, he fall in the end zone, drop the ball.
How come one of the things we haven't talked about that's actually, percolating around the news is A-Rob. I mean, not A-Rob, Antonio Brown. Like teams are actually going to resign that dude.
I told y'all that when he got cut. It's not surprising.
Because I be complaining.
I'm not gonna talk about what's not fam. People, you realize people have killed people and came back the next season, right?
Dog, don't mention it like that. That's cold. That's cold-blooded.
It's a fact.
It's cold-blooded.
People have killed people.
Bro, that's the reason why Roger Goodell is the worst commissioner.
I don't know about that part.
Whatever. Well, no, the reason Roger Goodell is a bad commissioner is because that mug don't keep the same energy with everybody. He got the same energy for the dude that punched his wife as the dude that like went 10 miles over the speed limit.
Dog, what happened to the dude who beat that black chick so bad?
Bro, nothing.
What happened to dude?
Nothing.
What's his name?
I ain't heard nothing about Buddy.
I know more about Adrian Peterson having an argument with his wife on an airplane than Buddy stomping this chick's face in.
I ain't heard nothing about it. Now I do think he got cut, but I ain't heard nothing else about it. Now that's probably why we didn't hear nothing else about it. Huh?
He wasn't on the team.
He was on the team.
He was on the team.
No. The last team he played was for the last team he played for was Tennessee, but Tennessee cut him like right before the end of the year.
Oh well, that's
like
why
he played like 2 games.
I thought he was still a part of the team.
I thought he was still on the roster because they reported it like he was on the roster.
Yeah, Ringo might be right. That's probably why we heard nothing.
What's his name?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
That's the problem.
Couldn't tell.
What? That beat his wife on a plane?
No, he didn't. For one, he didn't beat his wife on a plane.
He didn't beat his wife. He was arguing with his wife.
that correspondence has already come out. He didn't beat his wife on a plane. But like, still, I know more about that happening than Buddy. I got pictures of Shorty's whole face. Yeah. Nah, I'm not talking about Ray Rice at all. It definitely wasn't Ray Rice.
Wait, was that a running back?
No, it was a white dude who beat this black chick's face in.
He was an offensive
lineman. Oh, you talking about
You see how you forgot already? Bet you say he played.
Andrew
Norwell. He was still on the roster last year. Until that happened.
He on Carolina.
Yeah, but he got cut, right?
Ringo, you proving my point.
What happened on the roster? I thought he got cut.
He's still on the roster.
What's his name?
He's still playing. Apparently, he's still on Madden.
That's wild.
He's still on Madden.
All I'm saying is this, and I hate the fact that you Chad Wheeler. Who the heck is that guy?
Oh wait, is that his name?
Hey, listen.
How many white dudes beat black chicks' face in the league?
The fact that we can say all these names and be like, "Hey, is it this guy? Is it this guy?" That's wild.
Bro,
we cannot end on this note right here. We have to figure this part out. Who the heck is Chad? Oh, yeah, it is Chad Wheeler. Yeah, that's that guy.
Yeah.
That's that guy. Worst hairstyle ever.
Chad Wheeler, yeah. That's tough, dog. That's a horrible way to end the show, kid. Appreciate you for bringing us down here. But no, hey, listen, it's facts, though. Like, legit, that got swept under the carpet so much, and then all of a sudden, what's Buddy that was yelling at Michael Crabtree? Richard Sherman and everything he went through with his wife, who's still his wife, who he didn't harm, is the biggest thing on the news. Like, come on, bro.
Right, and
he was on
buddy, that beat shorty.
He had a bad trip. That's what that was.
Who?
Sherman had a bad trip. They try to make it seem like he wasn't on the drug. That man was on a bad trip right there. That's what happened.
He's definitely out of there.
Nah.
He had some laced weed for sure on that one. Hey man, we appreciate y'all for pulling up and rocking with us as always. Tough way to end the show.
The case is still happening as of February 22.
I'm just saying, the man.
Here's the thing, though.
He's still in Madden.
Hey, here's the thing. I'll bet you he allowed maybe 2 sacks this year. He probably can play. The NFL does not care what you do off the field if you can play. Henry Ruggs would absolutely still be on the Raiders right now.
He's on the game right now.
Yeah, but he got cut.
No, he got waived.
He got waived
on January 27th.
But I'm trying to figure out how did Aaron Hernandez get cut out the game completely, and
we was talking about that. We was talking about that because it was we was playing Campus Legends, and on the Florida team,
he was hot about that. He was hot.
Hey, I was like, hey, listen, I know he killed somebody, but we gonna act like Aaron Hernandez ain't one of the best tight ends out of Florida.
It's a hard skill, Pat.
Hey, bro, so it's me, him, and Jay on the squad, and the whole time, bro, we marched.
Just like, where Aaron Hernandez at?
Hey, the man, the whole time. By the way, this man is having a killer game. He's just sitting up there talking about something. Why am I not using Aaron Hernandez? Where's Aaron Hernandez?
I couldn't figure it out. You put the second best tight end in Florida history on there, dog. Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
I had a whole bunch of comments. I mean, Ray Lewis is still on the game, but
you said what?
Nothing.
Hey,
nothing.
I'm just. It was a question.
Hey, Ray Lewis went from murder suspect number 1 to Super Bowl. Like,
I'm just saying
and now he's a pastor apparently.
Who? Oh, Ray.
I mean, he talked
Ray
like
Lewis.
He Ray talked Lewis? Like one. Found God.
Hey, Ray Lewis.
He's been rolling with that Found God act since that case.
I bet he did. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. Gave y'all 12 extra minutes to be honest with you. Shout out to y'all for showing love. You said what? That's a tough way to end. You know what I'm saying? That's tough.
That's tough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Always,
it's just curious. Like maybe Goodell is the worst commissioner in sports. I don't know.
Hey, listen.
We went from Mitch to murder.
Dog, you got to take
that. No.
That's a bad look. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. There you go. That's a better look. All right.
He said, yeah, guys, this got ugly.
This got ugly. Hey, but guess what? Should we be ashamed to talk about actual sports life?
I mean, I don't know, dog. Hey, listen, I'm trying to get out of here, dog. Jesus.
Bro,
hey, man, appreciate y'all for showing love.
I didn't tell him to keep going. He kept going because he
joined by the pettiest man alive. And, of course, Stefan the Don. Make sure you guys tune in next week as we get on Locked On Bulls, man. And make sure you tune in tonight as these two will be live calling the Bulls game for you. Shout out to y'all tuning in and showing love. It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.